Gotta make sure these things are on before I start talking to them. Yeah. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just here for you, YouTube. I can't keep getting beat by my dead dog in my daily views stream. Killing me. I love my dog. Both of them. The one that's still here and the old one. But, man. If I figure if I do this, then I get 50 or so views and I'll be back in front of the dog. Yeah! Right? I get to see if my steering wheel shuts off or not. I keep leaving this frickin' thing on. I swear I turn it off. But apparently I didn't. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was so easy, you can't believe it. No, it wasn't.
Motherfuck. Got zapped. So if you're ever curious, like I always say, ask questions. Or, like, you can look up there and you see, you hear, like, the sound effects like these. And if you're on Twitch, you can see an exclamation point and, like, some letters, like a word. Like, that's the command to make that sound effect. If you're curious how to do that, you can look in the description there and you'll see where my Twitch is. So I do horizontal on Twitch when I do this, and then I do vertical on the YouTube. So feel special. We're here for you, YouTube.
Okay, Kimmy, we need to keep working all 4 tires, please. Keep working all 4 tires.
Yes, I'm doing all the time. We don't have to remind them to check it.
It's time for a comparison between my yesterday's memory of iRacing Mustang GT4 at Daytona, and I got the lap time in my mind, and I saw some other wanker do this, so I'm gonna try it too. Oh yeah, I was way off, but I don't care. Yeah, so I figure I'll give this a go. I don't feel like doing a bunch of cranky, weird stuff over here. Like, I was going to do, like, a bunch of other stuff, but we've had COVID, probably norovirus, and all sort of crap that passes through all these different places we've been going to lately. I don't know if I'm over it or not. I'm going to do something. And this is it. So, wheelbase still works. It was on for, like, I guess... the last time I played this. Everything else seems to be working okay. Switch the lights over here. Looks like it's good. Then I turn this thing on and there's a fucking update. Look at that. Gran Turismo lights up immediately. Boom! Perfect. How about that? Welcome to the people. People are welcome. bots can go F themselves twice. Hello, microphone. Is that thing working? I hope it is. The audio is. There we go. Whew. Never know with these things. One Windows update, and then your whole world comes to a crashing halt. I've got a Windows like 9 PC running Windows 11. I don't know why. I think it's because I bought all those other PCs. Like maybe it like equates like the email address to like someone that should be using the Windows 11. So we are. Like I said, it's of no consequence to me as long as the computer turns on and does what I tell it to. I don't care what operating system it works on. That's why I just do the updates when it tells me to. Which is also the end of the world some days. Yeah. This will be short today too, because like I'm really just gonna do some like time trialing what this thing works like in comparison. I'm curious now. I like the new bus stop on iRacing. I think it's fun. It's tight, super tight. You're not gonna have anybody try and go in there too wide with you ever again. That was the first thing I noticed. I was like, yep, there'll be no 4 wide or 2 wide or any kind of crashes there, because it'll be, well, I mean, you'll get drilled by someone from behind, you know, that can't make the corner, like, or make the brakes, but because there's no ghosting in iRacing. I guess that would be the first comparison. So if you were to do a race here, and like you ghost into the, you go to slide into the back of somebody, you might, you know, get a little like 3 seconds worth of driving damage that will go away depending on the lobby settings, and like, you know, maybe a time penalty, and then like you guys will ghost and like drive into each other and through each other a little while. It'll be real cool. I'm going thumbs down on that. That's why I like the iRacing. Doing the iRacing AI races, I think is, if I got to compare the two, because they're apples and oranges. I mean, they're really uncomparable, but like, I believe the more fun and the more challenging experience comes from the iRacing with the damage, and like, you know, the AI is more adaptive and closer to you. You know what I mean? Because like I was racing the AI the whole race, you know, every time I've done an AI race over there, as opposed to, you know, it's always set over here. And like, I don't care if you have Sophie or not. Like, I mean, maybe Sophie is better. Whatever. I can definitely tell you, like, for 6 years of doing iRacing, it will be the cost of like a PlayStation 5. I'm glad I did the iRacing for 5 or 6 years, because like we had way more developed experiences like pretty much early on. It tapered off in the end because it's hard to, you know, keep a group together. Everyone knows that. Especially if you're not like successful, or, you know, your idea of like success, you know, comes in the mid-grid. It's hard to keep a group of like that together. 6 years of trying. I got the fucking badge, the Eagle Scout badge. I tried everything. Hey, things are looking up though. See, I got a clear desk. How about that? Whoa! Clear desk may sound like insignificant, but it will allow you to visualize your next successful endeavor. Because you can't build anything on a pile of junk. Metaphorically or like, you know, literally. Possible. Oh, here you go. Here's something I can compare. I mean, from a virtual standpoint or from a gamer standpoint, or I guess, you know, I don't know, an enthusiast standpoint, I think Gran Turismo's little addition to their rain experience, like the rain gauge that you can see, is a good addition. Yes, it probably wouldn't translate as well to iRacing, but iRacing has literally like no like weather forecasting or like, you know, weather layers. Like, I mean, they have the infrastructure there to like start that kind of stuff, but like, man, they didn't nail it on the opening here. And I think most everyone's general consensus is they're still looking to nail it or get something going on. It just ain't there yet. I was excited about it. I really was. You want to see horizontal, you stay on Twitch. If you want to see vertical Twitch, you can go to that link. As for you, sort of similar but a little bit different YouTube. If you want to see horizontal and have like the commands and stuff, come on over.
So we can relate very much that in the motor racing. Example, you drive a rally car in a forest extremely really fast, and you need courage to able to brake late, to go throttle really early, go very closer to apex of the corners.
There's a new thing in the cafe. I knew right away because there's a dot. Oh, this is the new seasonal menu. How much time? I have 17 days remaining. So I will get a 5-star roulette ticket if I go and cough up 1 million credits. That's what I think of that. Or, you know, I can wait 17 days or 16 days, and then I'll, like, you know, at the last possible minute, I'll go into that mode. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan. I forgot about that. Jesus Christ. That's like the only thing like left that I have to like look forward to on, like, you know, aside from the 5 races, it's that. That's all the PlayStation 4 people get. Whoa, wow. All right, Americas. Daytona, right? It was a 1:53 was our time, right? Where's Daytona? There it is. 1:53 something was our best time. Let's try and do that. Circuit experience is that. Time trial. Tri-oval road course. We got to do like 5 or 6 laps. That's cool. How about that? Let's do let's do just dawn, sunrise, morning. Like, what weird weather condition? Don't you wish you could get a little more finite control over what time of day it is? I'm just gonna go with this. I don't know what the daytime or the condition is for iRacing, other than it's during the day for the most part, as far as I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, we're looking for a 150, 153 to 155-ish. Settings are change. I'm just gonna go wherever my Mustang is, because we were doing all Mustang GT4, so we'll just go GT4 to GT4. We can get closer with the year, because I think they have, as far as Ford's concerned, they have a, what is it, a 2016 or some crap. There it is. Yeah, 2016 GTR. Where's my frickin' GT4 Mustang? I know I have one. There it is. GR4 Mustang. Let's see what the settings are. Racing hard. That's good. I'm going with that. What do you think? Sound like a plan? I'm going to do not these cloggers. I'm going to get right after it because I don't want to waste any time. I want to go have a meatloaf sandwich or something, or if I only got to do like 6 laps. Go. Let's go. Or I could do a 7-lap AI race, but that would be kind of dumb, I think. I don't think that would be useful. So, the steering wheel gets hot. Yo. I don't know if anyone knew that or not. Like, this thing, like I said, it's been on for like basically since Monday or something like that. So like I left it on from the last time I was here, and it gets hot. So like the back panel of the case, like this soft plastic part here, was warm, like touch warm, and the power supply too was also touch warm. I have the 8 Newton meter power supply. I also have the 5 Newton meter power supply. I've actually been thinking about putting it back on because like I don't think there's any point in playing this game with over 5 Newton meters. In my opinion, in my humble 20-year Gran Turismo experience, how about that? You know, top split, Gran Turismo Sporter at the beginning of the eSporter, world record, Project Cars 2 NASCAR dude. That's all you need. Even on iRacing, you could do 8 Newton meters and be totally fine. Because most people have that shit turned down anyway. No one's out there with their 25 Newton meter Sport 2 or whatever, unless you're like, you know, the juice guy or like whatever, you know what I'm saying? And running it at 100%. Nobody is. Nobody's even running 1080. Like, most people are doing dinosaur arms. You know, your full rotation is this. Like, come on. Come on. Give me that bullshit. Let's go and do this. What do you think? You think I got a 53 in this thing? What's the lap times again? A 2. Bullshit. Let's go. I bet you got to do a GT3 car and do a 53. $48 miles. Or 52 or 50 something, 56. I tell you, I don't like the way the brakes feel in comparison. They're similar, they're real close. Doing that in iRacing, death sentence. Brakes lock up a lot easier in iRacing. There's cold tires in iRacing. Spun out on iRacing lap 1. No tire ovens in iRacing. Should I have put the iRacer tries GT7, or am I a GT7 or that iRacing? I don't understand what I am anymore. I have bad labeling here. We can do fourth gear through there. We used to preach iRacing and like endurance racing was all about threat assessment and asset allocation. I think I suck at all that stuff, I guess. Well, there you go. I've reconciled the line on the second attempt. Spun out. What do I do? Do I, can't go any faster? Doing fourth gear in the bus stop here. Wow. I don't know what to say. I got 4 more laps to make it happen. Yeah, cars spin out if you do this. Wow, it let me keep that lap. Can't believe it let me keep that lap. That's crazy talk. Hi everybody. Welcome to the welcome place. Just doing a quick comparison of these stupid cars, these stupid simulators, of these stupid things that are like 10 years apart. Probably not really applicable at all. So as usual, I'm playing video games, wasting time. That was wrong. Can't believe I didn't lose more time than that. Seems like I'm getting a lot of discrepancy in the dashboarding for this car. Clutch don't work. But everybody knew that. Can't even get into 6th gear in this car. What a piece of shit. Do your dark ponying on iRacing. Fuck this thing. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. Do your dark ponying wherever you can afford to pony. But if you can afford to pony wherever you want to pony on iRacing. The other one's more fun. And I got a better idea of where the fucking wall is in the other one too. Hemorrhaging time. Like, if anything, you want to stay in 5th gear on this track unless you're behind somebody. I was about to grab the wheel, 2 hands. I was gonna go left and right hand up at the same time. Yeah, I like it on iRacing better. Sorry, y'all. The sensation of speed is better. The lap times are better. Like, the car goes around track more, like, in a more, like, exciting manner. Like, you can't tune it as much, you know what I mean? Like, there's no tire compounds or any kind of crap like that, but, like, that's all nonsense anyway. With these races, you're gonna go out there on the same tire and you're gonna run that tire until they take it off at the end of the race day. not gonna be changing tires. Oh, wow. This must be because you're in the time trial instead of like any other thing that they'll give you that kind of leeway. Just gonna stay in 5th. Well, it blinks. There you go. I gotta do this lap. This is the last lap, I think. This is boring. All of this that you see here. Fucking chip it. Chip it. One more. Oh my God, I went in plus and I went out. Or I went in minus and I went out plus the same amount. Fuck you, game. Whoa! Yeah, without the whole, like, cold tire thing, like, I don't even, like, I can't even make the proper comparison, like, between the dynamics of the two, like. Hey, that's why I renewed the membership there and not here. The real criminals out there is that fucking Le Mans Ultimate. Fucking 6 seconds. The soft tire ain't gonna change any of that. I can assure you. Stark contrast between iRacing and Gran Turismo. There's people in the stands in iRacing. There's a freaky looking weirdo in every single seat. And there's an RV in every parking spot. And homely looking people they are too. They're accurately depicted Floridians in my opinion.
Yeah.
That will end the humor part of the broadcast. No more jokes. It's too much work. Oh. Now right there, that's a perfect like strategy right there. We're gonna knock this thing off in about an hour and it'll be the end of it. That means if I try, oh yeah? I'm gonna test that as soon as we're done with this. The Gran Turismo expert comes through. Well, in iRacing, the frickin' grandstands are always full because their code is so shitty. That's just the way it has to be unless you turn them off. You can make them flat Stanleys if you want. You can turn them off. You can make them flat Stanleys, or you can have them full whiskey. I forget what I have it set at. Like I said, I paid a lot of money for my computer, so I didn't have to really fucking worry about it too much. It seems like I still have to worry about it, which is kind of a shame. That's the other that's the downside of iRacing. The upside of the console is like, you know, you just had what you had and you knew what you had and that was it. It never changed. The PC, it's an ever winding, like diving, climbing, roller coaster ride, like of your nightmares. Because there's times where I know I've hit so high of a thing where I don't even realize that, like, you know what I mean? You transcend. You know what I mean? Like when you're doing the computer when it's working right. Like when I had the when I first did all these lights, and like I was doing like, you know, rain testing in week 13 or whatever. Like I swear to you, like there was no pressure, there was no like, you know, there was nothing. The shit was working for the most part, and like I was just like driving the car through the rain, and like honestly it was so intense I had to like park the car a couple of times because like everything was just working right, and I was like, I had to take a moment. I should have took that moment to knock on wood, because I'm pretty sure shortly thereafter everything went to shit, and I ended up having to get a new computer. Yeah, I think, you know, everything has its place. And if you need, like, you know, to have a little more depth to your, you know, experience, then, you know, everybody knows where to go. I even see people, you know, because, like, I go through and check, you know, the numbers, because, like, how I started doing this is I started doing Twitch. I would go, hey, I'm going to do this game because I have it, and nobody's there broadcasting it, you know what I mean? But there's people watching it. Why don't I go do that? And that's why I decided to do this today. There's like 1,000, 2,000 people watching Gran Turismo today. Hell yeah, let's jump in there. I'm not a furry, you know what I mean? And sometimes I'm interesting and I have some technical experience and knowledge. Why not see if anything good happens today? So people that, you know, are, you know, normally doing a set of Corso Competition are signing up for iRacing because that thing has gone end of life. And I think there's a lot of things broken on it still that aren't ever going to get fixed. It's gotten the final update. You're ready to go. They're all doing Le Mans Ultimate, and that game is flipping expensive. Oh my God, that's expensive. It's more expensive than iRacing. And like, that makes sense now that everyone's doing it. If it's that expensive and it has the same support structure for people to, you know, maybe be affiliates or whatever. So if you have a community, like say you're like an Ali, you know, guy, or like, you know, you're a Samsoid or something like that. You got like a 200-300 person, you know, rotating in and out community. It totally makes sense for you to play that game. Because there's actually money for you to be made there. It actually makes more sense for you to go play that game than it does to play iRacing. Because iRacing is where all the people that ain't spending money on your shit are. You know what I mean? Because they're going to spend their money on what they want. You know what I mean? As opposed to what they're being fed. I mean, I guess most people are. I'm not sure which I qualify for because, you know what I mean? I bought a lot of the stuff that, you know, was fed out to everybody just to... From the scientific standpoint, you know, it's because that's what we were doing and, you know, so on and so forth. That's why I have all the content on the channels, because I wanted to not just buy stuff to have it. I wanted to buy stuff because I felt like my intelligence was insulted by some asshole in Austria. Maybe that guy got Employee of the Month for a year or so for, you know, turning, you know, a good customer into a better customer by giving them the finger. Maybe it is a good strategy after all. Seems to work on me. I need to go on to the YouTuber sites and see what's happening at CIS or ES, because they should be there with their new products, and they should be getting like completely unbiased reviews and you know, opinions on that new product that you were asking about. Podium series or whatever, pedals and wheels should be in the Corsair booth today or this week in Las Vegas. I said I would love to go and do those things or whatever, but like, you know, like I'm looking for exit strategies to get back to just having fun. That's a skill I look to develop in 2026. Finding that switch inside of you where, you know, it's time for business, it's time for fun. Because when these things, you know, take over and become like business like that, and they stop become fun, it's hard to backtrack, you know. Maybe it was a subconscious thing. My desk was dirty. I didn't want to have anything else on it other than a mess, so I didn't have to feel like obligated to do anything. I don't know. Maybe it's Something like that. That car looks slow, man. What's the Ford GR3? Is it this? Only GR3 spec, or do you have to run like the GT40 or something? I don't know, I'm looking forward to this year. Trying to learn those things, you know, do work for, you know, the engineering stuff or whatever, like that really is fun for me. Making sure that Tim knows what he's doing and he can go and be, you know, a young man and stuff like that and go out with his friends and stuff like that kind of helps me, like, that helps me smile at the end of the week. I don't know, maybe it's karma. Like because that's when I RC raced, you know, successfully, that's what I had. I had a bunch of people, all, you know, like all the people at the shop, you know, the older guys would, you know, they would help and teach me, do the things, you know, that I needed to do to be successful at the racetrack. Knowledge tested is quite valuable in that situation. That's what, you know, I'm doing the stuff for dude, that's what I'm after. Like, you know, I remember having a car that somebody built or helped me build, or, you know, for one example, like my one shop manager, you know, like I was ready to just give up. I threw the car in the corner. I said, I'm done with it, blah, blah. And he said, no, not how it's going to work out. We're not going to let you quit today. And he did most of it while I helped work the counter, and that's how I started, I think, working in the shop, because he got to watch me do it and stuff like that. And, you know, he made sure I stopped, you know, or stopped me when it was necessary to, you know, give me the information I needed to, you know, maintain the car properly throughout the day so we wouldn't get to this point. You know, as a young person, someone tells you something, you know, that's reliable and true, you know what I mean? It's hard for you to accept that until you experience it yourself. Someone tells you, oh, if you run that car for 30 minutes, you're going to work on it for 6 hours. You're like, yeah, right. You're going to be looking for a way to scam that, you know? When you do that, you end up working on it 12 hours. Or you quit. Maybe if I clean my other desk off, I could get a car on the desk and I could start working on it. Boom. That would be exciting. I bought a new screwdriver to work on cars. I think maybe you gotta brake bias to the rear a little bit in the first corner. Still looking for GTDX partners. There's a team local in town here. I think they might even have a car I can buy. I should go look into that. I bet you they're not there anymore. They were hiring a bunch of people. They probably never made it off the ground. They were GSXing at the time, I think. GSXers don't always make it to every race. They rely on a certain amount of regional participation. The Tesla is faster. Holy shit. Well, we all knew that, though. That thing gets to top speed in like 3.5 seconds. More like 4. What do you think the ticket's going to be? I think it's a 3-star ticket. I'm good at this. Oh. You know, I could buy that 3500B car and get the that seasonal menu ticked off and have 2 of those cars for the purpose of having V8 and V10 cars. Yeah! Woo! Or not. Let's shop. Let's shop till we drop. Shop till we drop. Thanks everybody for sticking with me for the hours, the ones that did. We're gonna shut it off here in a minute once we get our prize, so if you want to just stick around for a minute and see the look of displeasure on my face when I get 5,000 credits again. It's a cool car. I'm glad I bought it. Never. Yes, I'm glad I bought this car. I won't buy that car just because I think that I should have earned it. It's flat out I earned that car. Oh wait, I was gonna test something first. Let me test something really quick. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm not finishing it. I just want to see. Want to see if there's jokers in the seats. Did they change the music? Okay, there's people there. Hi. If I had a horn, I'd honk at you, but I don't. So, see ya. I stand corrected. There are people there. Oh, man, I didn't know those purple lights were on this whole time. They really jack up the whole thing. Oh, well. We'll get them next time. We'll get them next time. So, we're done here, yeah? Let's do a quick, do a stroll. Okay. I don't even know what I was up to. Before all the Spec 3 hullabaloo, I forgot what I was up to. Missions, right? I still have to become a proficient controller drifter. Where are we at here? Do I have any more hour races? Damn, I finished all these? Whoops, wrong one. So I gotta do this one. And just this one, that's it? Oh man, we're gonna have to do that. I'm not gonna do that right now, but I'm gonna have to do that, like, the next time I feel like, you know, doing something and killing time. Or maybe one of these nights where I'm, like, a little half dead, I'm turning a steering wheel, because, like, those are controller missions. There's no way I'm doing that with a steering wheel. It ain't happening. You know how long I've tried that, to do that with a steering wheel? Like, fuck that. I'm gonna do it with the controller, period. End of saga, hopefully. Look at that fancy Mustang. Alright. Bestow your gifts upon me, Gran Turismo. Your 3 stars of glory. Bring them to me. I will bring you change. Whatever. Better than no money. I don't think I have this car. I think this is a brand new vehicle to add to the fleet. So this is a successful excursion today. See what I mean? You gotta be more disciplined. You gotta discipline your expectations, discipline the amounts, everything, all at once. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that was my tummy. Chevrolet. Ah, yes, that is my first one. Awesome. Hell yeah. I'm gonna go and see if I have any paint jobs for this. I believe I used to paint this car too. Where do I go? Here? Yeah, oh! What? Are you kidding? This is a nice little reminder of how nice I used to make cars look back in the day. Ha ha ha! Look at Homer. Oh, look at that. Is that reflective? Oh, look at the vintage shit. I'll pay $6 for that. I made it. Get some more. What? I'm gonna send a picture of this to Max. So these are all the same. It is. Listen, I used to be a Gran Turismo baller, not just like, you know, a disgruntled user. Look at that. Oh! I even remember now what I was thinking when I did that. I was thinking I was making it look like a vintage, like, 50s Porsche, like with the side scallops and stuff like that. Oh, that's pretty cool. I gotta go inspect one of these things. I want to see what one of them looks like. Taking so long, Gran Turismo. Dorking me around. I don't like how they changed like the number plates. It looks like they moved the number plates back because it's covering my decal. Replace. I don't have to pay for this one. This is a very nice surprise, indeed. It doesn't know where she gets it from. I think she knows. She just is mad. Oh, look at the difference. This is different. So if you look at the difference for this one, I made it a border stripe. Like you see there, like underneath the number plate where the silver line is just an angled stripe. It's a border stripe there, and around the wheel well, the front wheel well, like I continued the silver around there, but I didn't have it scalloped. I just had it as a border. Let's look at the other one. Load style. No. Collection. How the fuck do I do it? Close. How do I not know how to do this? How do I not know how to do this? I feel so dumb. There's no items to display. There should be. No collection? I don't get it. So anyway, this was the first car. I guarantee you this was the first car. And then what I decided to do was go into the vintage motif. And you can see here with the second car, and you can see how, or I'll show you here. I think I can use this to control the mouse. This isn't gonna go well. No, I can't. Anyway, if you look along the front bumper there, like on the lower section, there's that gray on how it rolls up, and it's an extra line, and then it goes around there. Yeah, I specifically made that section where the silver goes around the checkered flag to look like a 50s Corvette, like a first-gen Corvette. I kind of could have done a better job. I could have stretched that that diagonal silver to the B pillar, and like the front of like the wheel well, like at the B pillar, and then made it look more like a 50s Corvette. But I don't know. I was just adding shit to it because like Al's a hard customer. Al's a hard person to please. You know what I mean? Like as far as like, because like I was just trying to like make Al like be my friend and like not kill me at this point in time on the racetrack, because like Al knew who I was, he knew where I lived, and we were in the same lobbies all the time on Gran Turismo Sport. He was getting rear-ended a lot and wasn't into it, and I did it one time, and like I was like the last one. Because he made a point, like he saw my license plate on my car. Yeah, he saw the license plate on my car. It said Detroit what? And then he looked me up in the standings, because back then you could look people up in the standings and you could find out what region they were in. And he found out that we were in the same region all the way down to neighboring counties from each other. And like that's how we became friends and like, you know, knew each other locally, and you know, started going to RC tracks and shit together. We were doing live streams at Dirt Burners like every Sunday, like of racing the cars together and doing like stupid rock crawler stuff like in the corner and whatnot. A lot of fun. It was a good break from, and you know, it was when I used to get out of the house more. I got to get out of the house more. I'm working on it. I'm on my way there right now. What's the matter with this thing? Taking so long. What's taking so long? One is on here. Yeah, I want this one. I want the original. Yeah. Yeah, man. That thing looks good, dude. Woo! So basically, I had learned, like, and like, this is actually, you know you're gonna say it, or you're thinking it right now, this is the same paint job as your Porsche, dude. It is. Because I was learning how to, I had only raced Porsches, and I had only known someone else. This is the first time I actually knew someone else that I could do a car for. Because my brother just ran the Porsche, too. Like, I think he ran, the Ferrari every now and again, and I think I did some Ferraris, maybe. I tried to do... No, I did do some Ferraris. I know I did some Ferraris, because he liked Ferraris. He had a Thrustmaster, he had a Ferrari wheel, you know, I mean, like, we had Ferrari shit going on. So I know I did some Ferraris, too. But, like, this was the first one that I did on another car other than a Porsche. And I took what I knew and you know, what I learned from all the other cars and put into this car. A fine looking. Indeed. Indeed. Remember to turn this fucking wheelbase off today. Off. I know you're dreaming of that Corvette. I am too, actually. Wouldn't that be sweet to get a get a GTD-X like C6R? Yeah. Woo! Or C7R. One of those really cool old cars that was fast. I read the rules a little bit. So, like, the GTD-X is 1 year or older, it says. I'm not sure what the limit is or whatever, because at some point they would have to say, hey, 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 hey. You can't go that far down the list. You know what I'm saying? Because then there's, like, you'd have to bring it up to safety code, and then you've got to, like, be the arbitrator, you know what I mean? So, like, they're basically looking for the cars that are running right now, a couple years older, you know what I mean? Run by similar teams that are going to make commitment and, like, be part of the show. Because they're looking for something to add to the Saturday shows. Because, like, you know, they want people to stay all week. IMSA has captured what NASCAR used to have. You know, people going to the race for the weekend. You know, people don't do that for NASCAR anymore. You ever watch NASCAR races and see the stands? They don't show them. Because they're woefully empty in a lot of places, to the point where they're actually removing, you know, grandstands. Like, you remember, like, NASCAR had made a big deal 2 or 3 years ago about Daytona getting this big upgrade and this big, you know, makeover facelift. New grandstands here, new grandstands there. 2 years later, they're tearing those things out because it makes them look bad. If you have all these new grandstands put up and they're empty on the biggest race of your year, your Super Bowl of the season, so to speak, at the Daytona 500, bro, it's time to make a change. So that's why they're going to make a drastic change to the formats this year, so we'll see. No news on that whatsoever. All you hear is news on the lawsuits. I don't care about that. I think the current system is broken. think if you've got a car, it meets safety standards and qualifications, like you should be able to open qualify for the race. And then if you know, are able to do that, you know, and you can scramble together, you know, say Kyle Larson's pit crew because he's got, you know, a stomach bug and didn't qualify good enough to make the field, good. Wouldn't that make the championship more exciting? If championship contenders actually had to make a field, like they used to. This whole league system is lame. Racing used to be open competitions to develop technology. Now it's backed itself into a corner where like it just doesn't know where to go next. Remember all last year NASCAR was teasing they're going to go to electric, which they probably should. With their current format, it probably would work well for an electric car, doing like, you know, the car park change like they do in Formula E. That's weak. Hey, it's 2026. Sky's the limit now. Anything's possible. Artemis is going to the moon again. We'll see.
It's lights